after CJ wins the penalty, you had a little bit of a conversation with CJ and with Roland. What's going on in a moment like that?
Yeah, well, I mean, I saw them arguing over the penalty kick. 2 goal scorers. They want to both take it. So, as a captain, I thought I'd go over there and just tell them to, who wanted it more. Roland had the ball. In the past, we have decided that if Roland's on the field, he would be our penalty kicker. So that's what I said, and I'd let Roland take it. And obviously, he missed it, unfortunately. I tried to defuse that situation before, so he could focus on it. But the next one is CJ.
Jim has talked a lot about you guys on the field deciding who takes those in that situation, and it was maybe a little similar to that game in Kansas City. But how much is that Roland's your main guy set in stone if you have an instance where CJ wins it? How much variability is there on something like that?
Yeah, I mean, those are the tough things. I mean, like I said, CJ's a striker. He wants to score goals, and that's what he does. And Roland does the same. So, that's when 2 guys want to be selfish and take it. But my job was just try to diffuse the situation as quick as possible. That's why I went over there. So Roland takes it, and he missed, and now the next one is CJ's.
On the far right, Ryan.
You don't have CJ on Saturday, you have CJ today. What difference does he make on the field when he's playing as well?
Yeah, I mean, we all know CJ's a great player. His work rate is unbelievable. And I think in the first 15, 20 minutes, I think we kind of, tired him out a bit, and that's due to our pressing. And CJ's a big part of the way we want to press, high up the field. So, he brings a different dynamic. And I was happy for him to get his goal. I told him at halftime he'd get his goal to just shake it off, and it'll come. And, I think his work rate, maybe it's not underappreciated, but he definitely brings that to the table, the way we want to press, and he's scoring goals as well.
David in the middle.
Would you characterize tonight's game as a must-win?
I would. That's what I told him before the game. If we have any chance of any hopes, our hopes are to obviously be in the playoffs, and it's we want to win our home games most important, and given kind of the situation we're in, hopefully this gets us going, some momentum going, and I told him it was imperative that we win this game at home.
All right, Matt.
2 distinct results this week. What felt different about today compared to the last Wednesday or this past Wednesday?
Yeah, our pressing was just better, and then that last game, I mean, I don't know, I thought it was a boring-ass game. There was just like no fluidity. We didn't really create anything, any chances, nothing, no width from our fullbacks. Look at the difference tonight's game. Our fullbacks getting forward and getting crosses. Last game, we didn't have any of that. We had good possession, but possession without any what do you want to say? Like, it wasn't proactive possession, So the difference was obviously, I think our pressing worked a lot better this time. Our fullbacks were able to give us width and spread them out, and obviously the red cards changes games, so that helped out a lot too.
Go to Emmett on the left.
How do you feel defensively with someone like Mane behind you, Archer in front of you, and then a wing back on your right side, giving you problems from 3 different angles?
Yeah, I think Columbus does it very well. They try to play, they're kind of like a New York City FC that they'll try to play out of anything, and those guys are tricky. Even Merrim, they're kind of wingers that are fast, but they like to tuck inside, and the way they're playing now, they stretch you. So it was important for me and Harris to be in front of our back line collecting second balls, and I think we did that often. But there was times where they were able to find spaces and be dangerous on a counterattack. So we just got to be better, our center back stepping up and things like that. But I think overall we did a decent job today.
Time for one more if anyone wants it. Matt, take the last question.
I know there's the manpower advantage in the second half, but it seemed like you guys came out with a lot of fire. I guess missing a penalty was kind of similar to the Toronto game at home. What was different in the second half today that you guys kept pressing for that second and third goal?
Yeah, well, to be honest, I would have liked to keep the ball better. I still think we gave Columbus way too many chances. It kept being up a man and even being two men up. But I think, like I said, we wanted to press and get that second goal. I was telling them at halftime that we need to get that goal as quick as possible, because then I thought we would score at least like 4 goals. To be honest, I wanted that. But it was important for us to keep pressing high and keep pushing forward and try to create. Disadvantages on the wings, 2v1s, 3v2s, and we were able to do that, and the goals came from out wide and into the middle, so that was good.
Can you take us through the play where you scored tonight?
Gilly, I think it was, played a good ball in. I just tried to win the ball and put it on goal. Hit the post, came right back, put it in the goal.
Would you characterize tonight as a must-win?
Yeah, I think we came on the field with a little bit more urgency. But definitely in the locker room, we made a note to try and understand that this was a very, very important game, and I think everybody was up to the task and showed very well.
So last time we'll ask about 9 goals. What does 10 mean, if anything, in a season?
It's interesting because I think in the moment it meant more for me than I would have thought. It's always good to break any barriers, but again, that's still just a stat. I want to continue to keep helping my team, and this next half of the season, I need to continue to keep performing and producing to help us get into the playoffs.
Is it a little? I know milestones sometimes can be hollow, but you've got a game where you have 2 assists, create a penalty, and score a goal. Does that help make this feel maybe a little bit more momentous that it's that complete of a performance?
I mean, this is what we do. Every time we step on the field, we're trying to make an impact and trying to help the team. And today, I can go home and know that I did that and just try to get better for the next game.
What was the conversation like around the penalty? It looked like you and Roland had a little conversation there with Ale.
Yeah, obviously we're both guys that, again, it comes down to the root form is everybody wants to help the team, and I was confident. I felt it. I felt like I wanted to take it. He was confident. He felt like he wanted to take it, and that's where Ale just came in. It's just like, hey, he's got the ball. He feels confident. Let him take it. At that point, you just gotta let it work itself out, and thankfully we ended up getting the 3 points anyway. So.
Jim said it's something that blows over after halftime. After you talk, do you and Roland talking that afterwards, or what was that process like?
Yeah, it's just a understanding of, obviously we can go back and forth about who's right, who's wrong. If he makes it, then he's right. If he misses it, it can go any which way. At the end of the day, he's my teammate, and we both have the same goal, which is to help the team win.
Marcus, can you talk about your goal you scored tonight?
Oh yeah, it was a good effort. Gooch found me in a good spot. Played Osinio played a good ball to CJ. CJ did great to win his challenge and just followed up and tried to get it on the end of it, and that's what happened. So happy about that. Very excited to get my first one for the team and for myself. So.
Any more questions for Marcus? Talk us through your post-goal celebration.
Yeah, with the guys in the locker room, I do that dance a lot, and so everyone told me if I score my first goal that I gotta do the Millie Rock. So I did it for my friends and my teammates. So.
Marcus, you had a ton of shots. Did you feel like one of them was gonna eventually land?
Yeah, I was getting frustrated for a minute, but that was that was my mindset since the beginning of the game. Let's try to get a lot of shots off, be aggressive, be attacking in the final third. So I'm just happy that one of them went in the net. So.
This is your second start, two consecutive games. How do you feel right now as a starter?
Well, right now I can't speak that much as of starting because I've only started twice. But I'm just happy I can get in the game and help the team get wins. So.
How about your performance tonight?
I thought I did all right. You can't complain too much when you have a shutout. I think I could have came out on 1 or 2 more crosses for sure. But besides that, a win and a shutout is all you can ask for as a goalkeeper.